You know, Lance, I've always been a big fan of Jim Cameron. I know Jim Cameron's a big fan of yours. Let's go back to a film not a lot of people remember as his.
Piranha 2 this morning.
Yes. Now, low budget filmmaking, maybe not at its best, but how was that experience for you?
Well, look, I'm not running for office, so I'm not like trying to, make big old political statements. But to me, there's no such thing as you can't act for a budget. Whether that was low budget or high budget, didn't even matter. Believe me, Jim and I in later years did Aliens together and everything. We worked as hard on that movie as you can on any movie. There's no such thing as a low budget mentality. You know what I mean? It's all or nothing. That's still there. I mean, you're still talking about it. So we gave it our all. And we had a good time. We really did. I think we had no money for even a wardrobe for my character who was a harbor cop. So I bought a waiter's uniform off him at a restaurant because it had a stripe down the side. I mean, we had no money. We had nothing. So that was fun. I mean, that's where Jim started, too.
Well, have you ever been surprised at which of your movies have been hits and which haven't done as well? Terminator, for example.
Yeah.
Did you think that was going to be as huge as it became?
No, no. I tell you the truth, even about Powder, I don't know. That's not my job, really. I mean, I'm not. Again, I'm not trying to slip away from it, but what it's like to make a movie, it's like a circus of people that have agreed to be best friends, running out into the street at night, day and night, on an adventure, and you don't know what the outcome's going to be. You have your hopes, you have your dreams, and you have your energy, and you give it your all, and there's no way of telling. There isn't. If there was a guy that could, he would be a multi-billionaire. Everybody would hire him.
You know, I'm working on a story on screen villains and how people react to them in public.
Yeah.
You've done some very memorable bad guys. What have been some of the more extreme reactions you've gotten from people out in public?
Well, the people that align themselves with the bad guys that I played cheer at me when I go by. The people that are afraid of me don't say anything. They're hiding behind the frozen peas and stuff, you know what I'm saying? I mean, so I don't know about the other side, but a lot of people tend to give me credit for being powerful, deadly, all these things that I'm not. I mean, I'm just hoping that nobody pulls a Robert Mitchum on me and walks up and says, "Oh, you don't look so tough," and tears off half my face, with a punch. I'm nothing like those people. You know what I mean? You get a wonderful narrative, like when you have a movie like Powder that has this incredible narrative in it. I'm not responsible for that. I'm just an actor, and I'm trying to, I'm trying to make it personal and alive. But I can't answer your question because it is so bizarre. From the outside, it must be very bizarre. Because I know for my wife, sometimes we're sitting at a table and somebody will come up and go, "Hey, Chains," they're growling at us. And, it's odd, but from the outside, it's odder than for me, because I'm always going, yeah, how you doing, man? Yeah, sign the thing, okay. I got to get back to my coffee, okay. It's bizarre, it's bizarre. People are both bizarre and absolutely magnificent,
I've always been fascinated when they take someone who's not really known as an actor, and they put him in a movie. Brian Bosworth in Stone Cold. How was that experience for you? Because I know they rewrote the script a lot.
We did. We rewrote it every day because there was a problem with the script. But I can sum it all up. When I improvised a line that summed up the whole situation, I looked at Brian Bosworth and said, "You're either going to be the biggest pork chop I ever ate or my bulldozer." And that was it. And they left it in the movie. That was about the size of it.
Well, turning to Powder, you looked very at ease in your sheriff's outfit. How many different looks did they experiment with the cowboy hat and all that?
Not many. The night before I started shooting, I had a wardrobe fitting, and I looked at the stuff, and I said, "This ain't gonna cut it." And my wife and I, the next morning, jumped. It was Sunday. I had to start shooting Monday. We jumped in a car after going through the yellow pages and finding one police store open in all of Houston. We drove out to this guy, and luckily had exactly what I was looking for, and that's what you saw in the film. I just couldn't wear certain things. I wanted this guy to be understated and very simple. And Victor Salva agreed, and everybody agreed. But you know, that's the way it goes. I mean, you got to make it your own. I mean, that's all you. And I'm very finicky about how I live the character.
Well, these small Texas towns that you filmed in outside of Houston, how do they react to having a film company nearby?
They always get quite taken. You know, I mean, they're when you look off into the distance, you see 500 townspeople standing there wondering what the hell you're doing. What's going on over there? They see the camera and they see the cop cars with the lights and everything. It's very exciting. It's like a circus. Circus came into town.
Sean Patrick Flannery, how sorry did the cast and crew feel for him wearing all that makeup throughout the production?
Well, they loved his devotion. I mean, the guy, you know, he had to shave his eyebrows. He went through a lot to do that. I think they felt worse for him when we were out at restaurants at night, because people were giving him what's commonly known as the hairy eyeball. You know, so yeah, we were all pretty tight. This whole crew was very tight.